Hello to you all freedom fighters. We're going to start today's videos with a news story from The Express. It's about Harriet Harman, her cousin, and a knighthood. Yes, the same cousin who was as a civil servant in the cabinet office, responsible for handing over Boris Johnson's diaries to the police, clearly is now being rewarded. Yes, we're going to talk about of course, the corruption in the establishment, but at the same time, hypocrisy and idiocy from the establishment. Arise, Sir Stitch Up, the Express says. Fury as Harriet Harman's civil service cousin is handed a knighthood. We've already talked about these links, the connections between the people who were supposed to be impartial. For example, Sue Gray, she's connected to the Labour Party. We talked about Harriet Harman, who was chairing the Privileges Committee. Her cousin was, in the cabinet office, but that's not enough. There's much more to these stories that we even see from the papers like The Express. Supporters of Boris Johnson have reacted with fury after a senior civil servant was handed a knighthood as part of the King's birthday honours, just weeks after he played a crucial role in the ongoing war between Boris Johnson and Whitehall. Alex Chisholm is to receive this knighthood, and obviously he was in charge of all the operation in the cabinet office. There's a massive problem right now with the cabinet office that goes, essentially there are civil servants there who are going against not just the elected government, well, not this government, not Rishi Sunak's government, but you know what I mean, but also everything else that the people of this country wanted, including Brexit. There were a lot of obstacles in the civil service, and it's not really a breaking news story about that, but it's important to talk about even these tiny updates, because when you put them all together, it exposes the whole toxic culture of the British political establishment. Anyway, The Express exclusively revealed that Mr. Chisholm to be a cousin of Harriet Harman, whose Privileges Committee is set to get Mr. Johnson banned from Parliament, and concluded that he lied to the Commons. It was not a legal court, it was their opinion that they concluded, and now the witch hunt continues because they want to make sure Boris Johnson is permanently banned, so you could never come back. I know there are massive differences between Boris Johnson and Donald Trump politically, but it's the same Trump treatment in America. The US Democrats and the establishment are trying to not just get Trump, obviously they got rid of him in the last election, but they want to make sure that he's permanently banned from standing again and any elections in the future. Anyway, this is the guy. That's the photo of Alex, who's been in charge of all this chaos. Now, one of the an MP ally to the former Prime Minister Boris Johnson said that we believe this knighthood was conferred by Rishi Sunak to award him for manipulating Boris Johnson's diary event and passing it to the police. Another close ally of Boris Johnson said that arise, Sir Stitch Up. Now, the cabinet office are fighting back, saying, well, this is just completely a conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat mentality. There's no connection, absolutely no connection, not just in terms of the Labour Party and the civil service, but clearly there are allegations about the Rishi Sunak working alongside the rest of the establishment against not just Boris Johnson, but Brexit and the will of the people and everything else that we have been dealing with. It is fascinating to see how they're going through Boris to get to us, to get to Brexit. And it's fascinating how the liberal establishment see Boris as some sort of right-wing threat. Boris Johnson, right-wing threat. It is absolutely weird seeing what's going on with our political system. So, of the 1,171 individuals awarded a gong this year, half are women, 11% come from an ethnic minority background, and Oliver Dowden, who's the Deputy Prime Minister, who also helped betray Boris Johnson, he's now Rishi Sunak's lapdog, said that he wants to level up the honour system by handing out more awards to those in the red wall, following analysis that's showing London recipients to be overrepresented in previous years. The Cabinet Office declined to comment. All right, we know this country is London-centric. We know British politics is London-centric, and we have to level up, as they say, right? But I can assure you that a Tory Deputy Prime Minister saying we should now look into the honour system and hand more knighthoods and honours to the Red Wall It's not because of that. It's because of the election. It's because they don't want to lose the red wall. It's bribery. It's disgusting. It's political. Anyway, that's the latest update on this. We have a number of other news stories for you guys as well throughout the day. So the best thing you can do is subscribe to the channel. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.